marks. 3-5.
Take your marks.
Like that.
A year ago, all games stopped. From local house leagues to global gatherings like the Olympics and Paralympics, everything paused amid a worldwide pandemic, unlike any other in a century. As the pandemic swept over the globe, the Canadian Olympic Committee made a difficult decision that even if the Games were to be held later in 2020, Canada would not be sending a team. Wayne Lomas, Associate Director of High Performance with Swim Canada, recalls his response.
To know that they've got our back, that they have got our back. Would that have been a decision that Swimming Canada would have made? Hypothetically, I'm glad I never had to find out. But I think the impossible situation was for an individual athlete to make, in any sport, to make that personal determination. I think
then the games were cancelled and all this happened, and then the dominoes started. Can't have national championships in the summer. There's no events in the fall. There's no events in the winter. So we kept planning and we kept changing, and we kept planning and we kept changing. Then in January, we decided we had to adapt, and we've moved the trials now to the 24th to the 28th of May.
As Canadian swimmers look forward to testing their development over the last year, most have been out of high-level competition since the pandemic took hold. Tessa Simplunka was one of the lucky athletes who did get a chance to compete last fall at the second annual International Swimming League competition in Budapest. She shares some of her memories from the event.
It felt like we were on the same club team, or we were in the same kind of group. We would have dinner together every night. We would have team meetings almost every night. And so I really got a chance to connect with everyone on a level outside of the water.
Tessa wasn't the only Canadian there. Finley Knox also attended the second ISL championship and remembers what it was like training for the event.
We didn't know if people are going to be swimming super slow at ISL because they weren't training, or if people are going to be setting records and world records and swimming crazy times and all this stuff. So it was really just kind of do what you can do, go in there and give it your best, and everyone will just understand.
Athletes competing again is what everyone wants, but with the fight against the pandemic still ongoing, everyone wants to emphasize caution as they move forward.
So we'll do a test event in April, just for mainly athletes in Ontario, but we want to test out the strategies. We put the dates in for that, dates in for May, final qualifier in June, and then we will go to the Games.
For the athletes attending, this will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience, but for others who have missed out on the opportunity to compete this year, Wayne Lomas has the following to say.
people who were affected by the Moscow boycott in 1980 and didn't have a 1984 or 1976 opportunity certainly feel that for life. And then I would try and connect an athlete like that with athletes who experienced the 1980. And we did see a little bit of that happening early on.
A year later, the world has changed, but the need for the game, for the joy, has not. As play resumes and gatherings resume, the Olympics and Paralympics return is yet another step to normalcy.